Tribe, let's walk. This video today is really personal to me. It's something that it took me a long time to learn and come to grips with. And the theme for today is don't save them. Don't save them. And this video is for the people who spend countless hours mentoring other people, or just that one person who you just want to keep pouring into, but you don't see any fruit being bared from it. And it's not that they can't, it's that they won't. And so today, this video is for the person who has recognized that, because that's the first step. And what to do about it once you recognize that you don't need to save this person. So the first thing we're going to talk about really is you can't want it more for them. And so here's an example. You got your stuff together. You work very hard to do the things that you're trying to do, and you've gotten where you are in life because of your work ethic. But the issue is that now people have seen your success and they want to replicate it. What's up, brother? And they want to replicate it. And so you've taken on a mentor opportunity and or an opportunity, you've taken an opportunity to mentor, and you're pouring into this person, and you're loving on this person, and you're giving to this person, and you are seeing this person make mistakes, and you're like, look, I'm really passionate about this. I don't want you to make this mistake because it's preventable. This is how you do this. Here's the keys to the kingdom. Here's the keys to the system. If you take these keys, these will unlock these doors, and you will be successful. And you see them kind of blow you off. And you see them kind of just, whatever. I'll get to it when I get to it. There's no sense of urgency. And so you start to question yourself like, man, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? And so what do? You double down and you go even harder. But at some point you got to realize that, man, you want this more than they do. When you want something more than somebody else does, it's time for you to move on. And I don't want you to get all caught up in there like, I've poured so much into them. I've given them so much time. You got to know when to cut it, right? Because if you continue to pour into this cup that has no bottom, you're just pouring out and they're receiving, but they're just letting it flow. It's not stacking up. It's not filling them up because they don't want to be filled up. They don't want to be helped. They don't want to be saved. They are more concerned about what they can get from you and how much work you can do for them on their behalf without them having to do anything. They disguise it as, oh, I need your help. This could be family. This could be friends. This could be colleagues, anybody you interact with. And so there was this one time I was talking to this person and they were like, man, how do you do this? How do you do that? And I was like, bro, here's the book. I threw the book at them. Didn't do nothing with it. And they wasted my time. But I also wasted my time because I saw who this person was and I chose not to believe him. And I've done that a few times in my life where I've seen who people were, who people are, and I was like, nah, that's not really them. No, I think Maya Angelou said it best. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. If I didn't get the author of that quote right, I know you'll get me in the comments. But the concept is there, right? And so that's the first lesson is don't want something more than the person you're trying to help. If the person you're helping wants to get somewhere and you want it more than them, that's the wrong move, partner. And you're gonna end up having yourself burnt out, totally burnt out. You see what I'm saying? And so how y'all doing? Good, good. You're gonna have yourself totally burnt out. And so we don't want that for you. So the second thing that I came up with is that resource versus carrying, right? I'm not saying, and I would never say, don't help nobody, right? No, I needed help. So how I got where I am today, I worked my ass off, but people helped me too. But they helped me because I was willing to help myself, right? So people opened doors. They created a resource, and I ran through it. I bust down the other doors that came in my way, and I am where I am today because of my work ethic. Now, That help always. You see somebody doing something and you can help them and they're open to being helped, then you help them. But you can help somebody so much so that it now becomes you carrying them. So that resource that you provided is now you carrying them to the destination. And my gamers will understand this. You know what I'm saying? What's up, partner? How y'all doing? My gamers will understand this. There's a lot of times in games like massive multiplayer online games, MMOs. I believe I haven't played video games in forever, but there's MMOs. And sometimes when you're trying to beat a boss, you got the gear, you kind of got the level, but you've never faced that boss before. And as a result, you keep getting your ass handed to you, right? So what do? You go find a player who's much better than you, and you have them carry you through the level. Now, they could have given you a resource. They could have given you a gun. They could have given you a shield. They could have given you insert X material or item to help you progress. They're like, look, man, it's just easy if I carry you. So join my party. I'm going to run you through this. You're going to get the experience. You're going to get the drops, and that's it, right? There's a place for that. But they're carrying you through so that you can learn how to do it so that you can then pass it on. They're not carrying you through so every time you want to run, every time you want to run it, you got to go to them. That's not a resource that's being carried. And if you're out here carrying people, so every time there's a problem, they're coming to you. Every time there's a lack of a resource, they're coming to you. You are no longer a resource. You are now enabling them, and they have now become codependent upon your ability to carry them through. And you can't do that. That's not going to be helpful for you. Yeah. There's a thing that my grandmother used to say where she was like, I'm not going to stand in the way of God blessing you. Meaning that I've told you how to do this. I've shown you what to do. I've shown you not to go, which way not to go. Now I got to let you go, baby. She never said that to me. She said that to some of my cousins. And so what that taught me was that sometimes you trying to save people actually hinders them. Right? It hinders them because they don't develop the lessons and they don't develop the information and they don't develop the structure and the muscles to be able to stand on their own. Right? People with newborns and babies, you got to let them do tummy time. Because if you don't let them do tummy time, if you keep saving them, they crying, they don't want to be on that floor on their stomach, they're ready to go to sleep. And you could go pick them up, but you're only enabling them and you're keeping them from making the progress that they need to be able to stand up and run around and point to the trees and point to the sky and be able to drink bottles and eat and feed themselves. So it's painful, but sometimes you got to let people go through it so they can get to it. And so if you are constantly carrying somebody, you're no longer a resource. Another way to look at this is think of this all as like a canoe. You're on a river and you're in a canoe and you only have so much space within that canoe to go up to this river. You got your rations, you got your equipment, and you got space for a few people. When you try to save people who don't want to be saved, what's going to happen is they're going to get in your canoe, they're not going to help you paddle, they're going to take all your food, and you're going to have to work extra hard. Because now you're paddling for 2, paddling for 3, paddling for 4. And ain't nobody helping you with that. Ain't nobody helping you with the paddle. And they taking all your resources. But you helped them. No, you didn't. Matter of fact, you hindered yourself, right? I can't do the push-ups for you. I can't take the tests for you. And when we all leave this earth, I can't go to heaven or hell for you. Only you can do that. And so it's super important that we learn the difference between helping people and them becoming a burden. And so if I have to save you from yourself constantly, you're not learning the lesson that you need to learn to be successful in this life. You got to learn these lessons. You got to build these skill sets. And for you watching this video right now, you probably feel burnt out. Think about what you could do if you weren't pouring into this empty vessel, this bottomless vessel that you keep pouring into. To be very clear, It's destroying you. That's why you feel burnt out. That's why you feel the way that you feel. That's why you feel lack of energy, low energy. That's why you can't create, because you're too busy saving people that don't want to be saved. And you've made it comfortable for them to look at you and be like, oh, you'll save me. You're my safety net. So I can go out here and do stupid stuff because I know so-and-so will be there to catch me when I fall. We all need grace. We all need that period where that can be the case for us. But that is not every day. And if it becomes a habit to where you are no longer saving, you are carrying, that's the problem. So you're going upstream in your canoe. You don't got a whole lot of space for people. You only have space for people who are going to paddle with you, even if it's 1 or 2 times. Maybe that's all they can give you, but they got to give you something. If you're constantly giving everything to them and they're not pouring back into you, you're not saving them. You're keeping them. You're keeping them from being the best that they can be. And more importantly, they're keeping you from being the best that you can be. It's a balance. And you have to set boundaries. And that's in life, that's in work, that's in relationships, because you only get to do this one time that you remember. You only get to do this one time. So make that one time the one time. Make this one time the best one time it could ever be. And you already know what to do. Until next time, don't save them and stay motivated.